Well, how y'all are this afternoon? This is your buddy George Jones over at Bergen Gun Range with my next installment on, hey, I got this old Ford's check. There is a thing now called forged AR-15 uppers and lowers. And there's this thing called billeted AR-15 uppers and lowers. So let's talk about this for a minute. What is forged? Well, forged in terms of a firearms receiver, let's say, or, a boxed-in wrench, or, pipe wrench or something like that. Forged is this. A piece of steel is put into a furnace and raised to a yellow to white hot temperature. That piece of steel is taken out and put into a die press, and a anvil part of it is half of what you're going to make, and the press part of it, the ram, is the other half. And the two pieces come together real hard and real fast, like 100 tons, 50 tons, or so forth. And then that piece of metal is taken out of that press and put into the next one, which presses it into a little bit better condition of being what the finished product is going to be. Then it goes back into the furnace and is heated up again, comes back out, goes into the next one, ka-wham. Okay, and when you're done with the forging, you have a forging. A Smith & Wesson revolver frame. The handle and die part of a pipe wrench. Whatever the metal is that your item is you're trying to create. Now, does this work with aluminum? No, baby, it don't. How this works is you take that piece of aluminum and you put it into a furnace and it melts. End of story. Or you get it up fairly hot and you put it into the forge, it comes down, slams it, and the metal squeezes out and flashes everywhere and splashes all over the forge operator and all over the factory, and you don't get nothing because aluminum can't be worked that way. That's the long and the short of that. The aluminum does not work that way. So is it a forged receiver? A forged AR-15 receiver? Yes, it is forged. In the same way a cold check is forged. Okay, it's a bill of goods and it's been sold to you and you bought it. It's just not that way. It just can't work that way. The metallurgy does not allow it to work that way. So how is an AR-15 made? Well, an AR-15 is made by injection molding molten aluminum into a mold, and out of that mold comes a plug. And that plug basically has the shape of the AR-15 upper or lower. And then everything that's not AR-15 upper or lower is removed by machining it off. And you get AR-15 upper or lower. And this is how billeting works. Now, a billeted receiver is a receiver that started out as being a block of aluminum. And everything was milled off of it that wasn't an upper or lower receiver. Now, billeting is a real thing, and that, you can make them that way by simply milling off everything that's not what you want as a finished product. But forging, no, that's what we like to call a hoax. an HOAX. So if there's a guy out there behind a gun show table with a lot of hooey about this lower receiver is better than that lower receiver because this lower receiver is forged, just keep right on moving. Go buy you an Apache. Go buy you an Anderson. Go buy you something else. Because, it's just another one of those things to try and get you to spend a little bit more money for the same thing. Well, that's about the size of that. I hope we all gathered a little understanding from this. And, of course, I'll get a lot of comments from people that don't understand anything about metalworking. And I look forward to it. Like, share, commentate, and subscribe, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye now.